Hi guys!
Oh, my mug's not aesthetic.
So today's video is called The Truth About Being an Au Pair. We are all au pairs and we're going to tell you the truth about it. I'm actually with Lucy and Lucy today.
In a Lucy sandwich.
It's a carys sandwich. My favourite description was when my friend said babysitter but make it Tory.
Kind of true.
You go to a different country normally and you live with the family and look after the kids, so like take them to school, and in return you get pocket money, you get to stay in their house. Basically we work Monday to Friday and we have the weekends off. These lucky girls don't have to work in the mornings, but I do. The girls wake up and have their breakfast with their dad, to be fair, but I have to make sure they brush their teeth and brush their hair, and then I walk them to school, and then I am free until 4:30, which is when we all have to pick them up, and then we work till like 6:30 to 7:30. Them like a snack, do their homework, do activities with them. You know, Lucy makes spring rolls with hers and stuff.
They love it.
Lucy. And on Wednesdays we have like the full day with the kids because
French schools finish at like noon.
Your kid goes to school on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
What?
What? No, they go to like 2 classes in the morning.
What? Our children don't know.
Maybe it's not school. Maybe it's like another, but I don't get there till like noon.
Lucy, the more you talk about your situation,
Well, I say noon, but it's like 2 o'clock.
the more jealous I am.
2 o'clock?
Lucy,
Yeah.
our day starts at 8:30.
Yeah, we start at 8:30 on Wednesdays and we have to look after them the entire day, like
8:30
planned
till 7.
activities
I
with
did
them.
2 till 7 yesterday.
Behave.
Some parents want you to plan lessons and stuff. Some just want you to take them to like their classes, like their extracurricular stuff. Some just want you to just watch the kids like while they just play and stuff all day. So Wednesday is a day where you spend like the entire day with the kids if you're in France.
Couldn't be me.
Could never be me.
Yep.
Did we all use Au Pair World?
I did, but not to find. I had a couple of interviews on Au Pair World, and they both were like, no. No. So I still have my Au Pair World account, but then I signed up to another website called Perfect Au Pair. I made the account. I literally hadn't put like barely any details on, and then I was going to do it in the morning because this was like at 11 at night. And I woke up to a message saying, can we have an interview tonight? And I was like, well, yeah, but you don't know anything about me. So I was like, well, yeah. That's how I found mine.
Au Pair World is like Tinder for au pairs. So you make a profile, they make a
It's
profile.
like online shopping. I refined it so it's like no children under the age of 6. Which
It's all free, and you just message families, they message you, and then you'll arrange separately to have Skype calls, FaceTimes, and just go from there. But looking back at what I learned through the application process, I would be more strict on what I actually want, because I think I didn't know what to expect, I didn't know what the norm was. I was just sort of like, oh, I'll take anything. But you forget that your whole experience for a year is going to rely on your choice. So if you do think that your independence is the most important thing and you would prefer somewhere that provides a studio apartment separate to the family, because we live with our families, Lucy doesn't.
welcome to my home.
Like, it is easy to find if you give yourself enough time, and basically you're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you. So I think, like, in hindsight, I'd be like, be more strict and not say, oh, what can you offer me? Be like, hi, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Are you interested?
You need to keep in mind that there are so many families, so
So
don't feel like
many.
you just have to take the first ones that want you.
I think it's because of the time like that we had. We almost left it quite late, and as well, I've just changed my family and I only had a week to find a new family, and so it's like we've given ourselves, or we've had like time restrictions, but it's like, I think what we should have done is almost give ourselves like a long period of time to find a family over, and then it's not like a worry about whether we find the right one or not. Like, if we don't find the perfect family, which there is one, like, we're not going.
Don't get me wrong, there's so many positives, and like, I am super grateful, and the family that I'm with are lovely. Like, I learned that I am really independent, and like cooking my own food and stuff probably would have been a priority for me. I just didn't realise, and in hindsight I probably wouldn't have done anything differently because I didn't know. But like, if I was to do it again, I'd be more strict. In terms of pay, they say au pairs like don't get paid a lot, which if you calculate how much money you get per hour.
Is that €3?
True. You need to remember that you get paid in other ways. So I get paid €400 a month, but I also get, that's free accommodation, so I live with the family for free. I get paid for all my food, and they pay for a travel pass, which basically allows us to go on all the metros in Paris, which is honestly the best thing.
It's like an Oyster card.
It's like an Oyster card, but it's €75 a month, so it's not cheap.
Yeah.
So
and
although
as well, they pay for like our health insurance and stuff while we're here. So like we technically like are almost like French citizens in what we get. So like they pay for our healthcare if anything goes wrong.
I still don't know how that works, so I'm just hoping I don't get ill.
Like that's a lot of money. Like my family that just interviewed me recently, my new one, they told me it's £600 per person they have to pay for the year, I think.
although it is only like €400 a month, it's called pocket money for a reason, because that €400 I can spend as pocket money.
I want to have a career as a nanny. Couldn't be. I want to apply to Norland College to be a Norland nanny. So I'm in my gap year right now. Well, might as well be here instead of Doncaster to decide. So I thought it would be good experience. Well, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I thought I'm gonna go where something's happening. And then I was like, where's something happening? Paris.
I went to Bali in 2018 and I met a girl called Sophie there, and we were like really, really close friends. And then I realised through social media that last year she was an au pair in Paris, and I was like, this looks pretty cool, like can you tell me about it? And she told me how like simple and easy it was and how much she recommended it, and like gave me, because I had no idea about au pair world or anything. If it wasn't for Sophie, like I probably wouldn't have known about this. And I think me and Lucy were just like a bit down, like what are we gonna do with our lives, because the thought of working in a restaurant, like I just couldn't do it, and I was just having a big midlife crisis.
Midlife crisis.
Existential
Plans to be
crisis.
dead by 40.
The only way I could think that I'd be fulfilled and not act is travel, but then I was like, but I need money. And for me, au pair was travel and money. And the reason why I chose Paris is, again, like it's close to home. I'm going to be auditioning for drama schools this year, so I needed somewhere close to home. On reflection, like Paris is beautiful and I am thoroughly enjoying it, and like the city is just incredible. I feel, you know, super blessed to be living here. But that's the reason why I chose, because it's literally a 2-hour train ride home, which just gave me a bit of security, knowing that I could still follow my dreams and not put my life on hold for a year, you know? We're not.
Yeah.
And basically we're not near each other, but like if you are an au pair in Paris, you're an au pair in Paris, and every other au pair in Paris is kind of near each other because the metros and everything. Like it'll probably take me like over an hour to get to Lucy's, but we meet in the centre of Paris, which is like 15 minutes. We meet at her house, which took me 25 minutes on the train, yeah. Again, this is literally just like pointing out reasons why Lucy is in the best situation, because she doesn't have a language barrier because her family speaks English.
I found the French hard.
Yeah, like we don't know French. Lucy, this Lucy is probably the best at French.
I thought I knew French really well though, and then like obviously when you move to a French speaking country, you're like shocked how little you know. It's a bit of a shock when you get here, because you're like, I actually know nothing.
But the language barrier for me is definitely the hardest with the children, and I think this is something to take into consideration when you're looking for a family. Yes, it's going to be amazing to be only in an environment that speaks French to help you learn French, but if you can't speak to the kids, your job is going to be a million times harder, because if they're being naughty, if they're upset, you can't, like easy solutions that will literally be solved with one conversation can't be solved, and it just escalates because you can't understand each other. And also I do think that the kids kind of respect me a little bit less because I don't understand the language, because to them I can't understand simple things, and it makes me look stupid, so they think that I am not very knowledgeable, and like adults know everything, I don't know what they need me to know, so they don't respect me as much, I think.
And I think it's almost like the fact that it almost comes across as if you're not listening to what their problems are and what they have to say, and so it's difficult because you're trying to understand like what the issue is. I can't really help them that much. A lot of the time it's just like I don't know what to do, they don't know how to communicate it, and then we both like just don't solve anything. It just, the problem escalates further.
It's not a complete deciding factor. Don't think like, oh my god, like I can't find anyone that the kids speak English. Like, it's fine, I'm still comfortable, like the parents speak English, and you find a way of communicating. Like, I've been living with these kids for 3 weeks now, and on the most part, like, we know how to get on with the day, get on, like, do activities. We still talk to each other, like, I'll talk in English and a bit of French, they'll talk in French, and like, you can make it work. And it is probably one of the best situations if you do want to learn French and you already know a little bit. I'd probably recommend going with a family that doesn't speak any English, because I've learned so much French.
Yeah, you learn what to say and like what you need to say as well.
But like, it just does make it more challenging and more uncomfortable initially. I know it will get better because I know I will learn French and they'll learn more English, but you just got to be prepared. Like, if you don't have the language, it is going to be very, very difficult for the first maybe couple of months. I don't.
You two have got younger children, so how old are your children?
My kids are 6 and 8.
Mine are 5 and 7 at the moment.
But mine are 9 and 11, so I feel like they don't have as many tantrums as yours.
And I definitely came into being an au pair thinking, oh my god, this year is going to be so easy. Like, I'm literally just going to look after kids for a few hours a week and then just chill in Paris. But like, kids are really, really, really difficult, and I definitely want to wait a very long time until I have them of my own now. Communication is key, because you need, if like the kids are playing up, it's the parents' essentially responsibility to deal with it, so they can tell the kids like, no, you do need to listen to Carys when I'm not here. You need to be firm. Like, kids are super clever, so just don't underestimate their abilities to, you know, manipulate.
They've got so good at, oh well, mum says this, and you don't want to like go against the parents. But then they
actually they're just lying. Like, the mum hasn't said that. I think trust yourself, and like, I definitely second guess what I think is right when the kids like tell me otherwise. But like, trust yourself, even if it's not right, you're in charge, and you can find out if they need to do it another way when the parents come back. Trust yourself, because if you don't, the kids will pick that up and see, oh, she's not too sure, so we're gonna like see how we can test her. And literally every time they have a tantrum and you feel like they've misbehaved in a way that made you feel uncomfortable, talk to the parent. What are the best things about being an au pair? Because this was a very real spilling the tea video. However, like, this is still such an amazing experience.
It is.
And obviously we've only been here for like, how long have you been here?
I've been here a week and a half.
Like,
What?
Yeah. Best part is probably the au pair community. Like, there's so many au pairs, and there's a big Facebook page. So if you type in au pair Paris on Facebook, or au pair wherever you are, there'll be so many au pairs, and they all want to meet. Like, I'll have so many messages like, hey, I moved to Paris, like, I'm an au pair, you seem cool, shall we go for coffee?
Yeah,
that's
literally
what I
every
did.
day.
I just made Lucy before. I was like, hi, I'm not going to the picnic, but I am going to meet you.
In Paris, anyway, there's an au pair meetup every Saturday, 2 till 4, and it's like, we can meet so many people through doing that. Like, being in Paris is what's so amazing. Like, we get to do so much. There's so many opportunities to do things. Like,
You're never bored.
like
No.
and
you'll have like a hard day at work, you know, a hard day in the office, and you'll go into Paris and think, wow, like, this is worth all of the struggle, because like, it's just beautiful. Like, even just the energy, and also the freedom. Like, with an au pair, you get a lot of freedom. Like, it is a part-time job. You're only really working like maximum 4 hours a day, apart from Wednesdays. Like, you can literally do anything in your free time.
So much to do. Like, I just don't think I'll ever stop being a tourist here, because there's so many beautiful tourist attractions and like things you can do.
It's running out of storage, so I am gonna have to end this video here. But basically, Paris is great. Being an au pair is difficult, but it's worth it.
It really depends on the family, and like, there's no experience is the same.
Yeah, just be selfish with what you want before you come, and set it up to have the best experience. Come with an open mind, but also know to expect that it's not going to be that easy. But I do still think it's better than working, you know, in a normal job.
It's an amazing experience.
And I just feel like we're going to grow so much and learn so much and make so many friends. So yeah.
I don't like these girls. I don't know why I'm friends with them.
Definitely like, comment and subscribe because I'm going to make loads more videos about being an au pair. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed the tea that we spilled and maybe have a bit more of an idea about being an au pair if you were considering it. I hope we haven't put you off because it is still amazing. And yeah, thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.